Hello book lovers and welcome back to the channel. Today we're tumbling down the rabbit hole and stepping through the looking glass into the wonderfully whimsical and sometimes quite bewildering world created by Lewis Carroll. That's right, we're exploring the timeless classics, Alice's Adventures in Wonderland and its sequel, Through the Looking Glass. So, who was Lewis Carroll? His real name was Charles Lutwidge Dodgson, and he was a brilliant mathematician at Oxford University. But on a golden afternoon in 1862, while on a boat trip with a friend and the three young daughters of the university dean, he spun a fantastical tale for one of them, a girl named Alice Liddell. This story, filled with talking animals and nonsensical situations, would become the foundation for one of the most beloved children's books of all time. Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, published in 1865, starts with a very bored Alice sitting on a riverbank. Suddenly, she spots a white rabbit, dressed in a waistcoat and checking a pocket watch, exclaiming, oh dear, I shall be too late." Her curiosity piqued. She follows him down a rabbit hole and finds herself falling into a surreal world unlike any other. This is Wonderland, a place where logic is turned on its head. Alice finds herself in a series of bizarre and hilarious encounters. She shrinks after drinking from a bottle labeled "Drink Me" and grows enormous after eating a cake marked "Eat Me." She swims in a pool of her own tears with a mouse attends a mad tea party with the March Hare and the Hatter that is stuck in a perpetual tea time and gets baffling advice from a grinning, disappearing Cheshire cat. The ultimate ruler of this land is the formidable Queen of Hearts, a terrifying figure whose favorite phrase is "off with their heads." The story is a whirlwind of dreamlike logic, witty wordplay, and unforgettable characters that challenge everything we think we know about reality. But the adventure doesn't stop there. 6 years later, Carroll gave us Through the Looking Glass, and what Alice found there. This time, on a snowy winter's evening, Alice wonders what the world is like on the other side of her living room mirror. To her surprise, she's able to step right through it into a topsy-turvy reality. In this looking glass land, everything is reversed. To get somewhere, you have to walk in the opposite direction, and even time seems to run backwards. The entire countryside is laid out like a giant chessboard, and Alice, ever the adventurer, decides to join the game. She starts as a white pawn, with the goal of reaching the 8th square to become a queen. Her journey across this checkered landscape introduces us to a new cast of equally eccentric characters. She meets the bickering twins, Tweedledee and Tweedledum, who recite the famous poem The Walrus and the Carpenter. She encounters talking flowers, the clumsy White Knight, and the famous nursery rhyme character Humpty Dumpty, who explains the meaning of the nonsensical poem Jabberwocky before having his great fall. The red and white queens are not as menacing as the Queen of Hearts, but they are just as illogical, quizzing Alice with impossible riddles. What makes these books so enduring? On the surface, they are delightful children's stories, but dig a little deeper and you'll find they are masterpieces of literary nonsense, packed with clever satire, mathematical puzzles, and philosophical questions about identity, time, and the transition from childhood to adulthood. They're a celebration of imagination and a reminder that sometimes the most logical thing to do is embrace the absurd. So, whether you're chasing a white rabbit or trying to become a queen on a giant chessboard, the world of Alice is a place you can visit again and again, discovering something new and curious each time. Have you read them? Who is your favorite character? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for joining me on this trip to Wonderland. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell for more literary adventures. Till next time, keep reading.